From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A, your spot for live music recorded from local bands and touring artists right here in WNIJ's Studio A. Our guest this week is Colorado Avenue. They're a six-piece band from Rockford with pop-punk and emo rock influences. And they've got a string of 3 EPs they've released the past few years and some new singles that just came out this summer. Join us as we listen to some of those singles and hear their live performance recorded in Studio A. We'll also talk with Colorado Avenue. It's coming up on Sessions from Studio A.
There must be something in our water.
Welcome to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. Our guest on this week's show is Colorado Avenue out of Rockford, and we'll hear a great set from them recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A coming up this hour. I'll also talk with the band about their sound and about the music scene in Rockford. But first, let's get into the music now with Colorado Avenue on Sessions from Studio A.
There must be something in our water that makes us put our faith in a demagogue and never stop to consider that it might be wrong. Wasting our lives on sandbox matters. The pockets and guts will get it better. Ignore atrocities here. It'll make you feel better if you leave it alone. Ignorance, the blood in our roots. Times there's no such thing as truth. It's okay to slow down, maybe take a break. If you have a need for help, no need to hesitate. If you have a need for help, it's okay to slow
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Colorado Avenue performing live in Studio A. Thanks so much for coming out, everybody, to DeKalb. Where are you guys from? What's home base for the band?
Rockford, Illinois.
Rockford's definitely where everyone coincides.
The home of Cheap Trick.
You guys have this cool blend of sort of a Midwest emo sound, pop punk influences too. Describe for people who don't know what emo is or Midwest emo.
God.
Explain it for us.
Midwest emo, or emo in itself, is a genre that comes out of just kids growing up in the hardcore scene kids growing up in like the yelly, screamy basements where like it's super harsh. It's the harshest vocal you've ever heard in your entire life. And then that developed to a point where people started singing songs, and from there on, it's just been like, all right, let's start adding this like twinkly, mathy guitar, and then let's start adding these really cool melodies, and then start doing harmonies. And that's kind of where pop punk comes from. It's like this big amalgamation of like DIY youth space and energy.
Thus we were born.
Yeah.
Something cool and unique about you guys too is there's a ukulele in the mix. We've got keyboards, trumpet. These are things that I wouldn't normally associate with emo music or punk music.
I think a lot of it comes from somewhat of a folk influence. Honestly, there's like some songs or some bands that we pull from that like kind of lean towards more of the like folk side of things. Bands like Pine Grove is something that takes a lot of influence on us, but that's not necessarily why we even like have the ukulele. And the ukulele kind of was inspired by a band called the Sonderbombs.
Yeah.
That was mostly Joe's idea.
They're awesome. They're from Ohio, and I absolutely, female-fronted band that was just absolutely inspiring for me. So, yeah, wanted to bring the ukulele into our music, too.
I think it just adds so much, honestly. It's like, it's absolutely one of the most game-changer decisions we've ever made. That and adding the trumpet from Colin is, like, so impactful to the way that we sound as a band.
Kind of since the beginning of doing this, we've always wanted like horns and stuff in there. It's always been an idea to do like trombone and saxophone and stuff. Kind of because one thing that I like, the reason I like it so much is because I listened to a whole bunch of ska growing up. So I have like that's always in the back of my mind. There's like a Chicago band called Deals Gone Bad that I listened to their album like every day for a very long time. And then more so modernly, there's a band called the Front Bottoms. That is just, yeah. I love those guys. They use a lot of trumpets, and when they do it, it's just like a really, really cool accent onto their already like, you know, their pop punk Midwest emo kind of thing, even though they're from Jersey. You know?
I mean, but it's still like that sound.
Yeah, right. It's a very similar sound. But I guess that's kind of where that came from. And then luckily, we know.
High school band really paid off. My parents would be so proud.
Yeah, did you ever think playing trumpet growing up that you would end up playing trumpet in a band like this? I love it.
Doing it so much in school, I kind of hated it. It was so repetitive, so much work. Had a lot of fun with it. Jason and I were actually in the jazz band in high school.
Oh, yeah,
that was super fun. But the minute I graduated, I threw that in my closet. Never thought I was going to really play it again. And then they asked me to do a song, and now it turned into this. Oh, it's awesome.
My friends are always telling me I talk about you all the time, but you're still out there with someone else. Yeah, some other guy. I'll sit here contemplating how life might be. One day things were different and you fell in love with me. What do you say we maybe go for a drive? Listen to some Blink-182 and maybe get a little high. So think out of your window. You can leave your phone at home. I'll be there past midnight. No one will ever have to know that you're the first thing I think about when I'm conscious after sleep, and you're the last thing I'll contemplate before I hear my steady beat. And if God is a woman, she probably looks a lot like you, but you're still out there with someone else. And there ain't nothing that I can do. What do you say we maybe go for a drive? Listen to some Blink-182 and maybe get a little high. What do you say we maybe go for a drive? We'll listen to some Blink-182 and maybe get a little high. So sneak out of your window. You can leave your phone at home. I'll be there past midnight. No one will ever have to know that you're the first thing I think about when I'm conscious after sleep. And you're the last thing I'll contemplate before I hear my steady beep. And if God is a woman, she probably looks a lot like you, but you're still out there with someone else. There ain't I can do.
Colorado Avenue with early morning drives through the city. That was recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. And you can find that one out streaming on Spotify and Apple Music, and also on the band's Bandcamp page, available for purchase over there and download. Stick around, we'll be right back with more music from Colorado Avenue, here on Sessions from Studio A.
Give it time, live your life. There is no race, no finish line. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A with Colorado Avenue. Let's get back into the music with another one recorded live right here in WNIJ's Studio A. This one is off of the band's second EP. It's called Van Life. It's Colorado Avenue, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
I just want to live in a van for a year, travel the country, disappear. That would mean committing to a plan for more than 2 weeks. I said I was done lying to myself, so I'll admit this what it feels like to die? I may be a narcissist, but I hope you don't feel that way. If you do, I understand. Believe me, it's okay. I just have to say, love you both very much. The people who made me who I am today. And I wish I was done. I've got a few more things I need to say. I'm sorry I've withdrawn myself from here every day. Wish that I could speak all the things I have to say. All the trouble I never mentioned, and the problems that won't go away. But I just have to say that I love you both very much. You're the people who hurt me, who and I'm sorry I've withdrawn myself every day. Wish that I could find the words to tell you all the things I need to say. All the trouble I never mentioned, and the problems that won't go away.
In the studio, Colton, we were just talking about how you kind of grew up in the Rockford punk scene.
No, I wouldn't say totally grew up, but like my like adolescence was a lot of D house and a lot of going to I don't even know where all the shows were. My mom grew up as a punk and kind of raised me as a punk, so I was always in places that seemed like I probably shouldn't be at. But it was good.
It was
Like
good.
I never got hurt, never got any, nothing like that. And I feel like I don't know, it did me good. I feel like I have a lot of empathy for people who maybe sometimes people don't get empathy, like those kind of people don't get empathy, and that kind of environment led that, because I was just exposed to a lot of things that are maybe not super happy. The punk scene, especially in Rockford, like you see people suffer, like they are doing their art not just because they want to make a song, they're hurting, and like Rockford is a city that is hurting and has been hurting for a long time. And it's like, I don't know, you see drugs in general. Just, I know I'm kind of coming out of nowhere with that, but like it's one of the things that Rockford has a kind of a problem with.
Yeah,
Maybe,
no, it's totally true.
Personally, I don't see drug addiction as a problem, right? Because people are going to do what they're going to do. If you enjoy a substance, then cool, you enjoy that substance. but like those people need to be taken care of, and there is absolutely no care, no resources. And you know, if you grow up seeing that and seeing no resources, then and you understand like these people aren't bad people, they're just doing their best.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
And the punk scene isn't exactly where I was exposed to drugs or anything. Like most of those places do a really good job of keeping that out of like the show area. And I know no promoter wants a kid to come to their show and get exposed to something, you know. And that was never the case for me. I was always protected. It was more like you know, you meet people in those places who have problems, and once you get into a certain clique or whatever, you are exposed to more of that.
There's a lot of people who are just honestly like hurting and just want to express that hurt in some way. Like that leads to beautiful music in my opinion. Like there's so many bands that have just like written songs. Like I was a fan of Colorado Ave before I joined the band. And there were so many times that I would see the band and just be like, oh, this is incredible music. Or to speak on other bands like Frail Body, who have written entire albums about tragedy. I think Lowell lost his mother and wrote an album about it. That's kind of parsing it down to just like one concept, but like the album's incredible, and it really feeds on this feeling of just like despair. And they've gotten a lot of praise for that album because that despair is like so prevalent in their music. It's honestly incredible.
One thing I definitely notice is that it draws everybody. It's not just one type of person or one type of crowd. It really adheres to almost everybody. And I see a wide variety of people that enjoy that type of music, and then I see throughout that scene. So I meet a lot of new people, a lot of new friends, and that's what I love about it. At least.
Rockford has always had one of the most inclusive like DIY scenes and just music scenes in general. I've always felt like there's never really been a time where I felt like anyone I've invited to a show has been unwelcome.
Right.
We're talking with Colorado Avenue on Sessions from Studio A. And let's get back into their live performance with another one from their EP, Early Morning Drives. This one's called Those 4 Words. It's Colorado Avenue on Sessions from Studio A.
My lungs explode when you said those 4 words to me. Don't
Colorado Avenue on Sessions from Studio A. That was recorded live right here in WNIJ Studio A. It's time for another short break, but we'll be right back with more music from them, including some new singles they just released this summer. It's Colorado Avenue, this hour, on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A. If you're just joining us, our guest is Colorado Avenue. They're a band out of Rockford with influences from pop punk and emo music. And this next one is a new single that they just put out last month. There's also a brand new video they shot for it as well, which you can find out on the Colorado Avenue YouTube channel. Be sure to check that out. This is Michigami by Colorado Avenue, and you're hearing it here on Sessions from Studio A.
I'd rather be in Lake Michigan, no power making sloppy Joe on a wood stove. And he seems to me that the flowers grow brighter there and the lake is calmer even when the sky flows. You're saying something about life. It's just something about life. Something about all the things you feel like. You're saying something about God. It's just something about life. It's something about all the things that feel like. You're saying something about God. It's just something about life. It's something about all the things that feel like this. This place under a midsummer moon, candy night that never comes too soon.
what's next for you guys?
Currently, right now, we're working on I want to say 3 songs. We have not fully committed to which one of them is going to be the one that we put out next, because we haven't finished them. Let's just be clear. But I think I think 2 of them it's between 2, and they're incredible songs. If you have the opportunity to listen to them, you should go look up our Spotify and listen to them. If you don't, that's okay. But that's probably the biggest things that we have going on, is just putting out more music. I don't think we don't have
a lot booked currently
Yeah.
in terms of live stuff, but we are trying to put some stuff together. We'll see what happens. But there will be shows. If you want to
Awesome.
find shows, you can just look us up on the Facebook. And
Yeah.
then it'll all be
Facebook,
posted
Instagram,
there.
Colorado Ave Band.
Yep. For the most part, though, yeah, there's going to be a lot of new music.
Yeah.
And you're on Spotify, all the streaming places, and then you just mentioned there the socials. Tell
Yeah.
people one more time the best spot to follow you guys on the
Our
socials
Facebook
there.
and our Instagram are both under Colorado Ave Band, and I think those are the best places to find us.
Also TikTok.
That's true.
We
also
have a TikTok account. We reckon that we're funny sometimes.
I don't know about that.
We're occasionally.
You sure? No,
You
just
get a
kidding.
chuckle. But also we do post like show flyers and announcements and stuff there too. So, and that is at Colorado Avenue, right? Just Colorado Avenue.
I think the TikTok is Colorado Ave.
Yeah.
Colorado Avenue. Thanks so much for coming out to DeKalb and playing for us in Studio A today. It was a
you.
great
Thank you
set.
so much. It was such a
having us.
pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
We loved it. If I am the ocean, you're the beach I rode. I'll take your problems, try to turn them into gold. But the trash is still there on the surface.
want you to love me, I'd rather you just went away. If the past is an example, then you probably shouldn't stay. But I'll admit that maybe I was just a bit loud. But I was hoping that you'd learn to slowly slow down. My burnout body leaves me lying on the sidewalk. Who gives a fuck? We needed more than just a good talk. Because love is not a feeling, it's a force. And if God, it didn't really exist, then you're the closest I'll ever get. It doesn't matter what I think about you saying your vows. Just for life, try to prove I'm around. How I'm feeling right now. I'm glad you made the right decision and forgot about me. 'Cause we were ready only to one thing for you and one thing for me. It's not a feeling, it's a force. And if God and heaven really exist, 'cause you're the closest I'll ever get.
Colorado Avenue on Sessions from Studio A. We're closing things out this week with two songs from the band's past there. Both of those were off of their very first EP. You can find that out on Bandcamp along with plenty more music from Colorado Avenue, including that new single from them. That's it for our show this week. A big thanks to Colorado Avenue for being our guest and for joining us in Studio A. And of course, thanks to you for listening in. You can find more from Colorado Avenue streaming on Spotify and Apple Music and available for purchase over on Bandcamp. They're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Colorado Ave, AVE. You can check out their new music video for that latest single, Michigami. That's over on their YouTube channel. Also, be sure to head over to the WNIJ YouTube channel to see behind-the-scenes video from Colorado Avenue's live performance in Studio A, and plenty of other videos on there as well from our past shows. Find our full list of past episodes when you click on Sessions from Studio A under the Music tab on WNIJ.org. If you are in a band or you know someone you think should be featured on Sessions from Studio A, send us a submission by emailing sessions@niu.edu. We're always looking for new artists in the area and people traveling through as well. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University. Producers are myself, along with Ethan Patterson and Mike Lundgren. I'm Spencer Tritt. Thanks so much for joining me this week, and I'll see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.